So you're either in the market for commercial auto insurance or you've just gotten your insurance bill and you're a bit shocked. I get it. Commercial auto rates are rising and have been for the last few years, and you're looking for alternatives, ideas, and options. Unfortunately, it's pretty much impossible to ballpark or throw out premium estimates here on YouTube because there are so many rating factors that do determine the actual cost of business auto insurance. But I'm going to go over all those factors so you have a better understanding of how premiums are developed. I'm also going to give you some ideas for cost reduction so you're better prepared now and in the future to get the best rates possible. All right, stay tuned. We're going to jump into it coming right up. So let's start with the factors that do determine how much commercial auto insurance costs. The basic rating factors, as you would expect, include things like the vehicle year, make, and model, the cost new of the vehicle, and the gross vehicle weight, if it's a truck being rated. The secondary rating factors include the usage of the vehicle. Again, assuming a truck or fleet of trucks, they're going to ask, are these being used for deliveries, staying at the job site for most of the day, long distance travel, short hauls, things like that. If these are construction vehicles, another secondary factor includes dumping operations. Is the vehicle towing trailers and equipment, and is it a tractor, etc. The next level of rating factors involve more qualified underwriting things like the driving records of your drivers, your company claim history over the past 5 years, the number of vehicles being insured, and then obvious things like the limit of liability and deductibles on comp and collision. Finally is geography. A vehicle garage, say in Manhattan, is going to be way more expensive to insure than if it's being garaged in the suburbs. The next subject I want to go over is commercial business auto insurance versus personal auto insurance. What do you really need? I often come across small contractors that have a pickup truck or van owned and registered in their personal name and insured on a personal auto policy, but it's used in their business. It's done this way because it's cheaper. But what many small contractors don't know is that their personal auto policy excludes business use of the vehicle. That means get into an accident while using the truck or van on business and your policy isn't going to respond. Now, in these situations, the contractors I've worked with, I'll explain this exclusion, and in most cases, they didn't know it. In some cases, they've only considered that damage to their vehicles was excluded, but what they didn't consider was potential liability lawsuits, and this is scary. Imagine being in a situation like this and racking up $1 million of defense and settlement costs and having your insurer deny coverage. You're beyond being screwed. All your assets are gone to be liquidated to pay for those costs, and any future wages or assets are going to be garnered to pay for that claim out of pocket. Ouch! Now, on the reverse side of this equation are companies that insure private passenger autos on their business auto policy. And if you're not using that vehicle for business purposes, meaning other than going on appointments and such, I recommend insuring it on a personal auto policy. Some personal auto insurers will permit business-owned or leased vehicles to be insured personally on a personal auto policy. There are some points that need to be finessed, so working with a smart broker on your home and auto insurance will help here. Having high limits of protection on your personal auto and umbrella policies is still important, as is making sure you coordinate protection properly on your business auto policy with the remaining vehicles on that policy so that you have the right rating symbols and endorsements. For your business auto policy, I recommend at least $1 million limit of liability plus a commercial umbrella also at a minimum of $1 million. So the big question is, how do you get the best deal on commercial auto insurance? Here are my suggestions. First, work with a skilled insurance broker who represents multiple insurance companies and can shop the market for you. Going to multiple brokers to get quotes is an invitation to disaster and usually never ends well. Work with a single broker that you like and trust that has broad market representation and let them do the shopping for you. Number two, prior to going to the market, make sure you have the right risk control plans in place so that you have leverage in the negotiation process. For example, if you have a large fleet, have you installed telematics in your vehicles? Do you have a driver selection process? Do you run MVRs every year so your drivers need to be requalified annually? Do you have an investigation process for any accident that occurs? All these types of controls give you an advantage over your peer group that don't have these risk controls in place. Number three, some insurers do offer package discounts to insure other lines of business with them, which often makes a lot of sense. Number 4, if you have a problem driver or more with less than stellar MVRs, you may need to evaluate the cost of keeping them on staff and possibly finding drivers with better records. I know this is difficult, especially in a challenging labor market, but the emphasis is on controlling risk. Underwriters will not offer their best pricing to accounts which have drivers with poor records. In fact, it may even trigger an automatic decline. Number 5, lastly, consider increasing your deductibles on the vehicles with comp and collision is another idea to save premium. In fact, it may make sense to remove comp and collision from older vehicles. What you want to do is find out what higher deductibles will save you. Going from $5,000 to $25,000 deductibles may not make sense because the premium savings may be marginal, so why accept all that extra risk? Here again, a skilled broker can help you with these decisions. Here's the bottom line. Commercial auto insurance is expensive. There's no doubt about that. And frankly, I see these costs continuing to rise from a variety of factors. Record high claim levels and claims that are very expensive to settle, as well as things like distracted driving and the cost of replacement parts for vehicles damaged are all driving the rates up. The more attention you give to controlling risk in commercial auto, the better off you'll be in the marketplace. I realize that if you're a small firm with 1 or 2 trucks having telematics and a lot of risk control processes is unrealistic, but a skilled broker can help you with some of these basics, like documenting the driver selection process. If you're a larger firm with dozens of trucks on the road, then you should be investing in safety and risk control, not only to get lower rates, but also to reduce the risk of costly accidents for yourself. That's my overview of commercial auto insurance costs and facts. If you're looking for commercial auto insurance or have a question or issue you'd like to discuss, let's connect. I am that skilled broker you should be working with. We have the tools, resources, and knowledge to help you get the right protection at the right price. We represent the top commercial insurers looking for good commercial auto clients, so I hope you'll consider contacting me. In the description box below is my contact info, including a link to my calendar where you can book a call that's convenient for you. Thanks for watching, and if you found value in this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks.